It's Bystanders at Newsstands again on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle taking you on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. The Vanguard newspaper saying something very, very crucial here. Lagos Assembly probes Ambode over 45 billion naira buses. Lagos Assembly probes Ambode over 45 billion naira buses. CBN now to use letters of credit for milk imports. Okay, to the major headline here. Failed gas project suffering ahead if Nigeria pays 9 billion naira US dollars fine, says finance minister. Okay, as federal government orders probe of multi-million gas project failure, award of P and ID clearly unreasonable, manifestly excessive, says Lai Mohammed. There is no record of P and ID in Nigeria, says CBN Governor Emefiele. Projects deliberately designed to fail from inception, say AGF and Malami. All right, I met Kanu, but not for money to topple Buhari, Shuwore tells court. I met Kanu, but not for money to topple Buhari, Shuwore tells court. Rape allegation. Police quiz, release Koza pastor. Police quiz, release Koza pastor, Fato Imbo on bail. Okay, let's move to another story here. US retaliates, slams new visa charges on Nigerians. US retaliates, slams new visa charges on Nigerians. Bandits kidnap 48 in Katsina, burn 3 army vehicles. Pius Odubu named chairman of new NDDC board. These are the stories we have on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Our reviewers are here. Let's join them. I'll be right back. We have two stories here which are dominating the front page of this daily. Lagos Assembly probes Ambode over 45 billion buses. And also, failed gas project suffering ahead if Nigeria pays 9 billion naira US dollar fine, says finance minister. Now, on the issue of Ambode here, Lagos Assembly probes Ambode over 45 billion naira buses. Now, at the newsstand, there have been a lot of questions have been raised that did Fashola probe Tinubu when he left his office?
He cannot prove Tinubu, you understand? Because the reason why they are proving Ambode did not prove Fashola, Fashola did not prove Tinubu, but because the reason why Ambode did not dance to their tune. And if they are telling me that they are proving Ambode because of the 45 billion buses. The bus he buy, did he put it in his own house? He buy the bus for public use. The government that have the interest of the masses. We are not talking about the government that fight for their own pocket. And after the money they will collect, they will begin to share 1,000 for everybody. But Ambode is not like that. He do the thing that will favor everybody. The bus now, even though their children, then those that are making noise, the Ambode, they are proving him. Their children cannot enter the bus. Because they know that the children, what they have. But Ambode say, yes, let me do something tangible for the masses. Because him, as all of them, both everybody, for all the House of Assembly, House of Rep, where they fight Ambode, so all of them, their children cannot enter public bus. They have their own. If you go to their house, they have bus motor that they AC, from AC, enter AC. You don't talk to Ambode, say, okay, let me do something tangible for the masses. The masses, Ambode did not do it for himself. The money they collected did not enter his own account. It entered Lagos State account. So you want to fight somebody, you look at what you are fighting. You are fighting against this person, the thing he do. Think about it, but all of them want to do the thing that will work on their own favor. Because the money did not enter their pocket again. The money did not enter how they used to share it. See, Ambode, if you begin to view the secret, what made them to be angry with Ambode, not all about this excuse they are giving, say Ambode do that, it's because when Ambode entered as governor, he blocked many things. That's why I see that you know that the Loma is one man business. The money that they collect Loma enter one man account, he block it. He come out and say, let Visual Scape come. Any money that Visual Scape call, you open account, this Lagos State what? Account, project of Lagos State, he started. Did not collect the money, all the revenue they collect in Lagos State. Before we don't know where the revenue enter. But now they know that the revenue enter. Ambode is the revenue money they used to buy. They used to do road. They used to, he start road now. If they leave him, he have finished his road. This Ogba market, is it not Ambode that started? Ambode built this Ogba market. So when this Ogba market, they like when all of them that rise up now begin to fight against it, where they are there, why could they build market for them? But Ambode come, he say, this market is too old enough. Let them just build a complex for everybody. Try.
Are you telling me that the Lagos State House of Assembly does not have that right to probe him?
They don't have any right because why before they want to probe somebody? You are probing somebody and that thing that the person buy, he not put it in his own house. He put it in a public. Go and find out how much you buy it. And he tell you that yes, he buy it for 45 billion. Count how many bots and how much they buy it. Because there must be somebody that they in charge of it. How much they buy before you probe somebody? Because all of them are just envying him. He have gone. Let him to rest. The other day now, we hear that he used to invade his house to go and raid him because to go and search his house. For what? Other people that have still take that they know their name. How many of them have they invaded their house? But if because Ambode is not dancing to their tune, that's all of them. Any small thing that will come Ambode call it. He have leave them. He have leave the seat for them. They should allow the young man to rest, to have his own peace. Let them go ahead and do their own. If they like, let them work. If they like, let them not work. Nobody fight them because nobody fight them before. You understand? So that is their own cup of tea. Let them leave Ambode alone. Yes.
The failed gas projects is causing a lot of controversy now, suffering ahead if Nigeria pays 9 billion naira US dollars and fine. Finance Minister.
This fake gas project that they are saying, even though we are talking about the UK say maybe Nigeria hold the money. Yes. Nigeria owed money. If you owe money, you pay. I told them that it have never started. The one that they borrow for China, we have not yet paid. And this one again, nobody know about it. But they didn't have to come again to everybody. And now all of them come out and begin to tell us that there is suffering ahead. Suffering. If the suffering is ahead, it's ahead for their family. It's ahead for their mama, for their papa, sickness where they go get. The money cannot cure it. Forget that they have money. All of them. But if they are praying that the suffering will be ahead for the masses, it is not possible. Me, I cannot be a partaker to it. Now them there. All of them waiting for us, they go suffer, they suffer. That is where all of them that they suffer before. You understand? But anybody that has something, they are talking only $9 billion. They are talking. What about the one that they borrow from China? And they talk about it. China have not come to request for their own money. And when China come to request for their own money, they will say maybe Nigeria will die if they pay the money. That's what we hear. They will say Nigeria will die if we pay the money. But now, only the one that they borrow. Are we the one? When they collect the money, did they use it for anything? What they did not do road. They do not do light. Nothing. Nothing. They put the money on their pocket, share it, do campaign. And now they are telling us that if they pay the money, they will pay because they are the one that borrow it. They will pay the money. That's all my own.
Initially, you can say he's guilty, but for me, he's not guilty. The reason is that Ambode has never done as other that left there, because he uses money to buy bus for Lagos State. That one is number one. If you want to know where Ambode had a mistake, I can say it to you. But that very one, I didn't accept it.
He didn't use his money. I think it's Lagos State.
Yes, for buses. He used his money for buying the bus. So Ambode did a lot. We know he did a lot. He tried for the state, but the place he had mistake about that national 45 billion. Me, I did not believe in that, because there are people who own more than that. 100 billion. What have they done to those ones? 100 billion, 200. You can talk of somebody now. You will see somebody. They will say that person. Many of them, I cannot give people's name now. If not, so I will mention some names. But it's not from me that I'm supposed to mention some name. Even if Ambode, that thing happened initially, even if it's true. But for me, I did not believe, because you know they are trying to rope Ambode because of So they want to rope that man. They should allow him to go freely. Since this man, they want to give him minister, they reject it. They should allow him to move freely. Let him go. instead of all this EFCC or something like that. I didn't believe it. So there are people that took money. What is money? You can go now and see carton of money somewhere else, but you can't touch it unless the police carry it. They call people to come and pick the money. Is that not money? Now they said it about 45 billion. For me, personally, I didn't believe it. I didn't. Me believe it, yes.
Do you think the APC authority is trying to rope him on that or what? Because
initially, I'm not saying APC. You know there are people. They can give information, wrong information. Look at what they did to Tinubu last time in National Assembly. Is it not wrong information? If you remember, what they did to Tinubu last time is wrong information. Me personally, for that, I didn't believe it. Because even if I believe, yes, 45 billion, there are some that is more than that. What did they do to them? 100 billion is there, 100 and something. You can't somebody with 1 trillion plus 1 trillion point something. What did they do to them? I can give some name now as I'm standing there. It's not good. It's not from my mouth. I say it. So for me, I did not believe. Ambode has done some mistake already for the past. But it doesn't mean they should do that to him. For me personally, I'm sorry. Thank you, sir.
One month, but all about it. Say incumbent governor, one mama problem ni. E ko ní issue pẹ̀lú National Assembly ni. He had the issue with the National Assembly. That was before the Tinubu now came in because of the issue. You understand? Those are the Tinubu don't want anything. Go fake it, the grace to come into their party. So that's what the man was trying to come and say to the matter. The issue is the internal problem in the party now. The man is not offending the Lagosian. At least he did the best. Look at the frustration and all that. But the problem that is having is national is a problem of party. So that is it. They should sort themselves out. That's what. For 5 billion, that's what we will see. What about the one that's the government for you? All the governor, none of them that's not having any issue. But the question is that if you offend your godfather, they will treat your fuck up. That is it. That is Nigeria.
The other time, EFCC stormed this house.
You see, to me, the guy have made a mistake in the sense of you cannot say that at least when you are elect, is somebody that brought you in. You understand? Like according to what Tinubu said, he's a civil servant. He's the one who brought him to the. You understand? So, but the question is that you cannot do without those people. You understand? If you look at the way he runs his government, he favors the masses in the sense of all those infrastructure and co. You get, but you have to carry your party along if you want to come in the second time. If you don't carry your party along, they will knock you. They will just push you for one side because it's them that bring you in and advertise you. You understand? Do we know him before? He's a general accountant or whatever in this thing in Lagos State. So are we not having the people, somebody that replace him on his office, the former officer? Do we know him? But if they bring the person in to come and contest, that's where we now know him. Automatically, somebody will bring you to come and advertise you. You are just like a material. You want like, let me say, a material they are selling. If you don't advertise your goods, nobody will know what you are selling. So that is how it is.
Ambode not paying homage.
Not that he's not paying homage.
To successors or
according to what we heard is that it did not carry the party along. In the sense of party two, then there's a place where they are feeding. You understand? So if you cut their hand where they are feeding, they'll come against, they'll kick against you. They'll be after you. That's what I see there. Look at the issue of Loma. I think the Loma, you see that the Loma was sharing to the party S code. So where they are feeding, Vision came and knocked those people. Some of them borrow money. Some of them borrow money to buy those trucks. They need to recover their money. That's where they are feeding. And then look at the employment. Look at the people they employ. You understand? Also, at the end of the day, if you check it, you should check it. What he did there, at least his advisor did not advise him well. To me.
So all these things he did landed him.
Landed him to those things. Not that the guy, to me, the guy watched it the second time. Honestly speaking, let's be honest to ourselves. If you look at the beggar, look at what's his name, even though the BRT lane, I work with the BRT construction company. You understand? The guy walk a lot. I can't lie to you. Look at what's his name? This bridge at Abulegba and co. Look at all those things that is happening. You understand? Just between 4 years. Between 4 years. To me, they should just pardon him whatever he did. That is it. Anybody can, as a far you are human, nobody cannot make a mistake. You cannot make a mistake. So,
Even there have been talks around that Tinubu was
because
there.
we are just saying that the guy started holding him for different. Look, if they say they should doing that, what about the past government? If you check their record, you see that also Fashola and co. You understand? At the same time, what goes around comes around. He want to do it to Fashola then, if not that they call him attention. If you remember, even though people there are some, even the punch or whatever that take it. So, but to me, they should. He's just a young guy, which they're supposed to take him closer and just to let it die down. This is a one party, this is a one family. So they should sort the problem among themselves. They should not be, as in, expose themselves on the public.
First and foremost, the first question I'll ask is why Ambode? Why Ambode? The reason why I ask why Ambode is that looking at it from this angle, you see Fashola as a person. If Tinubu had federal mind in 2011, Ambode, Fashola wouldn't have been a second-term governor of Lagos State. Still looking at it from that same angle, you know, the reason why Ambode failed is because Tinubu had federal mind in 2019. See, let me tell you something. This is not just a mere coincidence. It's happening because the mayor of Lagos State says he doesn't want this man at the helm of governance. And this man, as a person, have been going from one corner to the other, one place to the other, to like challenge his power on the ground, unknowing to you as a person that is asking me. You know, if you don't need a microscope to look at this, to tell you that this guy is challenging his power, why Ambode? Okay, now, after 2015, Fashola became a minister. Ambode as a person will still like to become a minister. Maybe, to me I say maybe, Ambode wanted to become a minister. He went behind Tinubu to do some certain things that he shouldn't have done, that is still making them, you know, they will have impeached him, if not because he begged. Okay, let me go honorably. You understand? So, in second year, 2015, 2011, Tinubu wanted to collect power from Fashola. He wanted to, nobody alone, he wanted to collect power from Fashola. Fashola threatened to go to PDP. That's the reason why, okay, the Tinubu run back to him. You understand? So let me tell you something. If you go to Ajah now, the Jubilee Bridge in Abia, Ambode built it. Abulegba Bridge, the ongoing bridge in Agege, a lot of infrastructure, that of Beggar. The rural side is, okay, we're talking about they are prohibiting him pertaining to the buses now. That same buses. To me, I read about one of Ambode commissioner that said National Union, they make 82 billion naira yearly. And as a result of that, it's a 10% of Lagos State budget in the year. That is why Ambode wanted to flush out that system. Wanted to flush out buses. Wanted to bring his own buses. See, let me tell you something. In Nigeria, we Nigerians, we are very patient people. Chop and chop. See, if you are doing us well and you are still cheating, nobody is going to complain. Okay, look at what financial minister is saying, that if Nigeria eventually pay that 9 point something million debt, that's why. How? See, let me just end it that way. Let's end that, because if I say let me go on and start analyzing on that night, see, I will insult people I'm not supposed to insult. So you know, this country, if you are the solution to this country, to me as a person, is that if you have money, leave this country. How will you say that someone is going for revolution? That is not crime. Place like Egypt, they call for revolution. Things like that happen. Why arresting this young man for calling for revolution? That he want to topple the government? Is he a military man that will topple Buhari's government? How is he going to get there to topple his government?
These were where we wrap it up on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands on Flip TV. Do join us next time as we bring you another interesting topic from the newsstands. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Till I join you on the same platform. Have a good day.